Good evening, everyone. I hope everybody had a good Christmas. Tomorrow's New Year's Eve, and I want to wish everybody a Happy New Year's also. So I thought I'd run a little video because I was kind of excited. I went out to the mailbox today and I ended up getting my sort of belated Christmas present to myself. So I went and did a blank order, and I picked up some blanks I already have and some blanks that I wanted to get, some larger lure blanks to have for this spring coming. And they're lures that I usually have had before, and I've still got some here painted up. And there's another model that I had before once, and it was a pretty cool model, and I'll show that to you in a bit. And I got a few things for myself, so we'll just start off here. Get things switched around. All right, here we are. So I'll first start with the lures that I painted up before. Another one that I've had quite a while ago that I did a reorder on, an update order with them. So this is the one here. This here I had about a year or so ago. Painted a few up actually, and I sold them. And I decided to get another order of them. And this is a replica of a Rapala. I can't remember the model number, but this is definitely a very large Rapala jerk bait, or possibly like a trolling bait. It's got a nice flash foil in it. I didn't pick up many. I just picked up 10 of them. And we'll get them all painted up nice. I love that foil. Look at that foil flash. And it swims really good. I think it'd be a great lure to put down there with a downrigger. Or if you're going to just troll with maybe lead core line or something. You'll really like these when they come out. I thought they were a great swim lure the last time I had them. So none of these are for myself. Here's another one I like. It's a large trolling bait. I think it worked great for large pike and for muskie. You could probably use them for salmon as well. And here is one here that I had before that I painted up. I put in some fancy foiled scale work. Got a nice throat. And something I like to do with my airbrush is I'll make this blood splatter. Love that bait. So here's the blank of it. Dives down fairly deep. And again, you could probably hook it up to some sort of a, downrigger ball. Nice bait. Swims great too. It has a nice tight wiggle, and that's because the bill here, even though it's long, it's nice and narrow, so it doesn't flop it too much or cause it to barrel. Great blank. If you see this blank out, I definitely advise purchase. I definitely recommend purchasing this blank. They really are awesome. And what other ones we got here? Ah, yeah. I love this bait. This is a very popular blank. It's a little wake bait. I've done them up in different like shads and fish and minnows or mice, frogs. This is a mouse here that I've done with the tail option. You can put the tail on, or you can take that off, put a treble hook on. It swims a little better, I find, without the tail on, but still swims, more than good enough to have the tail on and give that impression that it's a mouse. It's got a nice knock to it. I picked up about 30 of these guys. So I know they are a really good lure. I think they're one of the best wake baits that I've ever used. And I'm gonna get a few more up for myself too. So I love fishing with wake baits. So these are ones that I've got, and basically you do paint up to sell, especially the big ones. I'm not really going to use any of the large ones for paint up for myself. And these wake baits, I wanted more because I know they're really, really good lure, and I know I can do well at selling them. and I feel confident that people will be very, very happy with them. And I do with all my blanks. So certain blanks I've tried out over time that I thought weren't that great at all. So I never bothered to repurchase them again. Some of them are just samples, which was nice to get samples because you can kind of have an idea of what works, what you think works and what doesn't. So this one here I like. This one I done up about 10 for myself last year, and I got another 10 for myself this year. I might, I might paint up a few to sell. I won't be so greedy. But this is a knockoff of a Megabass Vision 110+1. And sometimes I put I like to put foil on them. And I like to put once they're done in clear coat, I'll put a lead button on it just to take it down a little bit more. But, oh man, this is an excellent bait. Really gets down there, and it works at deeper level, or deeper depths. And kind of get them fish moving. Now, this was another one that, oops, not this one here. This one here is one I tried out this past season. And here's the painted version of it. One of the painted versions I have. And I lost a few, but man, they work great. Now, I put foil on it, and it's got enough clear coat, and I put number 4s on. So this bait actually is a slow sink. It's basically, I've got it rigged to be a countdown. And I found with the bigger hooks, it has a nicer action to it with the larger hooks. And of course, I painted the top here green and gold, but you can actually see through that. If I hold it up to the light, you can actually see through that plastic part. The light will shine through it, and then of course this foil on the side is opaque. And it was a nice contour to nicely cut around the gills and cut this top line here. And it's got a nice pattern on the side for that foil to kind of, burnish into. You can see all the scales and lines. Great bait. I really enjoy this bait. So I ended up buying 20 of them. Probably 15 for myself, and it's going to be 5 for somebody else. Again, it's greedy, or I might just paint them all for myself. Now another one, this is the blank for it here. Has a weight transfer system as well. I highly recommend people buying this bait and painting them also. Definitely put number 4s underneath it. It gives it a bit more weight. It's got quite a small lip, so it's nice to let it count down and then work it from there. It's got great action, lots of flash, and you can paint it however you like. But this is the blank here. Really, really like it. And it's also a through wire, which this one here is also a through wire. This blank. As you can see, there's a through wire right down through the center of it. And that's why I feel confident about this bait being used for large pike and possibly muskie. Maybe salmon. I think it'll definitely hold together. It's all one connection right from the front eye to the back. Got a nice rattle to it. And this is actually a knockoff of a Yozuri called the Yozuri Hydro Magnum. And great lure. Again, definitely if you see this in any of your suppliers, buy some, try them out. So, along with this slim minnow, there was another version I picked up of it, and I got 10 for myself. It's the same lip, like a coffin bill, and it is same profile and everything. They're exactly the same lure, but the angle of this is basically for more of a wake bait or subsurface. Now I put bigger the mid-size rings I have and number 6 hooks, and I found that it wanted to slowly float. So I don't know how this one's going to fare. I don't want to put number 8s because to me those hooks are too small. So I may end up basically having this as a sinking bait too, which I'm kind of disappointed in the fact of that. I thought they would have a lot more buoyancy in them than that. But the lip definitely, if it's a subsurface bait, it just won't dive down as deep. and it can just act as a bait that is closer to a top water, like again a subsurface where, you know, that might get some good strikes too. Now there's this one here that is also very close to these. It's a bit different in dimension, but it's this top water. It's almost like a Sammy, but it's got kind of the same lines as this one. You know, the way the lateral line comes down and comes up high and then to the tail. And the way this one floats is it floats kind of with the head up in that position. So I might get smaller rings and just go with the number 6 hooks. And I'll put some foil on, and we'll see if that'll actually hold. We'll do one up and see if it works or not. It seems like it has enough buoyancy to it, but I hope I can get it to stay that way so we can get a good walk the dog action with it. I'm pretty sure that's how it was intended to work by looking at the design of it. It's got this little scoop-shaped part here. So certainly these two here, they're in the testings to see how they work. I really like the shape of them, and I hope they work out well. So also too, here is my package of poppers I've been working on. This is my own invention. These are a resin poured popper that I've made. I've made a master for it, and I'm going to have the video out soon on producing these. So I've got some footage shot of making the wire harness, or sorry, the mold and the wire harness, weighing it out, and then I'll finish it off with the video that goes and ties along in with that on pouring the resin and then trimming it. And then we can do some other videos on, you know, prepping it for paint and doing a cool paint job. Put a feathered shovel in the back. I've tested it. It works great. Pops a lot of water ahead, spits it forward, and it also walks the dog. So I was quite happy with that. May have fallen into a little gold mine there. Now I know the market's full of poppers. It's not like this is I'm the only guy that ever made a popper. But I hope, you know, this works well for some people. First going to do it up for my cousin and I. We're going to, hopefully, if we have time in the summer, and I think we will, to do a fish with it. I'm eager to see how they're going to work. So I'm just going to keep molding and pouring some more. And then we'll go to my next Christmas gift here, which is pretty cool. It'll just be a short little bit, and then we'll wrap her up. And here's my next Christmas gift, my Pride and Joy Navy. So not only do I fish, but I also hunt. I hunt for deer. I haven't hunted as much for deer recently like I had in the past. And we had an old dog that we had to put away, our old Basset Hound Bella. I miss her to death. But we put her down about a month ago, and we thought we would bring some joy to our life again with a puppy. But this puppy is like trashed for some reason. We had her in her kennel, and I just let her out, and she's all tired. Navy, come on, baby. Come on. Say hi to everybody. Yeah, you're a good girl. So I got myself a partridge dog. Partridge dog in the training. It's going to be lots of work, but we'll have some fun. Hey girl? Go have your nap now. Okay, thanks everybody. I'll get another video out here making those poppers soon. Bye for now.